Have you ever tried to lose weight or burn fat, put all the necessary work in, stuck to the plan, and still didn't see the promised results? Well, don't worry because you're not alone, and 99% of the time, it's not your fault. Most people who get on board with diet and nutrition programs, unbeknownst to them, are making vital mistakes that are costing them the very results they desire. If you don't catch on to these nasty little habits early enough, they'll make sure your dream body stays out of reach. A lot of the time, this causes people to give up completely on their goals, and that's the last thing anyone wants to happen. So to make sure it doesn't, let's break down 4 dangerous mistakes you should avoid while on your diet and nutrition program. Mistake number 1, you're not sleeping enough. One of the worst things you can do to yourself when trying to lose weight is to deprive yourself of sleep. Your body does miraculous things when your eyes are closed, and when you don't give it adequate enough time to do its job, you'll pay the price with interest. Our culture has glorified the idea of all-nighters and running on fumes, but we negligently look over their consequences. When you're running low on rest and racking up that sleep debt, you're triggering your metabolism to slow down and create a hormonal imbalance that will urge you to eat more. The solution? Make sleep a priority. We need to make sure we're getting a minimum of 7.5 hours of sleep a night. If you're not, adjust your schedule till you do. To make sure your sleep is effective, set a bedtime and stick to it. Make sure your room is as dark as possible. Set the temp to 65 degrees. Lock your doors and windows. Cycle out clean sheets every 3 days. Avoid caffeine and alcohol close to bedtime. And most importantly, create a calming before bed routine that's entirely your own. Mistake number 2, eliminating entire categories of macros from your diet. A lot of popular trend diets and nutrition programs boast about severely limiting entire categories of macronutrients, if not completely eliminating them. If you don't know, your body relies on macronutrients, which are proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, for energy, and they're imperative to growth, brain function, metabolism, and a number of other body functions. When you remove them from your diet, you're denying your body the nutrients it needs to survive, and the repercussions can be sickening. You're likely to experience sufficient vitamin deficiencies, depression, high cholesterol, dehydration, constipation, fatigue, headaches, muscle cramps, catabolic muscle loss. In serious cases, it even leads to heart disease and increased risk of several different types of cancers. The solution? Eat smart. Instead of bouncing around from one extreme to another, create a well-rounded diet. If you have no idea where to begin, I suggest you figure out what your goal is and then look around for an online macronutrient calculator. They're all over the place and can give you a good idea of how much of each you should be consuming on a daily basis. It's also important to eat 4 to 5 times a day, usually within 30 minutes of waking and then every 3 hours after that. Make sure to avoid eating large portions after 7 o'clock because this is when your metabolism's at its slowest. But I do suggest drinking a protein shake before bed to aid in protein synthesis. To make it easier, I suggest finding a solid program. But be careful, you have to make sure you choose the right one. Mistake number 3, you skip breakfast. Whether it's because they think they can shave a few pounds by skipping it or they feel they flat out don't need it, a large majority of our culture skips breakfast. What you need to understand is that when you lay your head down to sleep for 8+ hours, it's the longest fast of your day. When you wake up and don't eat, your body goes into starvation mode because it doesn't know when it'll eat again. Starvation mode will trigger your body to store your next few meals as fat and will break down muscle tissue to provide energy, all of which is counterintuitive to your fitness goals. The solution? The right meal at the right time. You need the perfect blend of complex carbs, proteins, and fats. The protein will help curb appetite and aid in muscle growth. The right carbs will provide long-lasting, sustainable energy. And the fats will improve brain function. For example, you could make a few scrambled eggs with a side of whole wheat toast and natural peanut butter. And if you're in a hurry, throw a protein shake together that has all the macros you need, or find one that already has the levels you're looking for. Mistake number 4, too much exercise. Believe it or not, you can over-exercise, and lucky for you, if done properly, less is more in this department. Proper exercise goes hand in hand with diet and nutrition programs, but a lot of people overcompensate. If you're in the gym 5 or 6 days a week, you're overdoing it. You have to give your muscles time to rest and recuperate, and this rest is as important as the exercise itself. If you don't, it can lead to injury, poor sleep and insomnia, depression, anxiety, irritability, and a number of other unnecessary side effects. The solution? Quality over quantity. You have to remember, it's 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. So back your gym time down to 3 or 4 times a week and spend extra time shopping and preparing smart meals for yourself. As far as exercise, focus on strength training and weightlifting. Don't go over an hour and target 2 muscle groups a day. I suggest chest and back day with ab workouts, leg and shoulder day with high intensity interval training, biceps and tricep day with ab workouts, and on off days, do some casual cardio, keep your heart rate up. Now, I hope you can use this information to eliminate some of the problems in your way and get a little closer to your goal. But for more information, and to download my free beginner's guide to body transformation, click the link in the description.